Chapter 19. The Prophet. Shipmates, have ye shipped in that ship? Queequeg and I had just left the Pequod, and were sauntering away from the water, for the moment each occupied with his own thoughts, when the above words were put to us by a stranger who, pausing before us, leveled his massive forefinger at the vessel in question. He was but shabbily apparelled in faded jacket and patched trousers, a rag of a black handkerchief investing his neck. A confluent smallpox had in all directions flowed over his face, and left it like the complicated ribbon bed of a torrent, when the rushing waters have been dried up. "Have ye shipped in her?" he repeated. "You mean the Pequod, I suppose," said I, trying to gain a little more time for an uninterrupted look at him. "Aye, the Pequod, the ship there," he said, drawing back his whole arm, and then rapidly shoving it straight out from him, with the fixed bayonet of his pointed finger darted full at the object. "Yes," said I. "We have just signed the articles." "Anything down there about your souls?" "About what?" "Oh, perhaps you haven't got any," he said. "No matter, though. I know many chaps haven't got any luck to them, but they're all the better for it. A soul's a sort of fifth wheel to a wagon." "What are you jabbering about, shipmate?" said I. "He's got enough, though, to make sure for all deficiencies of that sort in other chaps," abruptly said the stranger, placing a nervous emphasis on the word he. "Queequeg," said I, "let's go. This fellow has broken loose from somewhere. He's talking about something and somebody we don't know." "Stop!" cried the stranger. "Ye said true, ye haven't seen old Thunder yet, have ye?" "Who's old Thunder?" said I, again riveted with the insane earnestness of his manner. "Captain Ahab." "What? The captain of our ship, the Pequod?" "Aye. Among some of us old sailors, chaps, he goes by that name. You haven't seen him yet, have ye?" "No, we haven't. He's sick, they say, but is getting better, and will be all the right again before long." "All right, again before long," laughed the stranger, with a solemnly derisive sort of laugh. "Look ye, when Captain Ahab is all right, then this left arm of mine will be all right, not before." "What do you know about him?" "What did they tell you about him? Say that." "They didn't much tell anything about him. I've only heard that he's a good whale hunter and a good captain to his crew." That's true, yes, but true enough. But you must jump before he gives an order. Step and growl, growl and go. That's the word with Captain Ahab. But nothing but that happened to him off of Cape Horn long ago, when he lay dead for 3 days and nights. Nothing about the deadly scrimmage between the Spaniard before the altar in Santa. Heard nothing about that, eh? Nothing about the silver calabash he spat into, and nothing about his losing his leg last voyage, accompanying to the prophecy? Didn't you hear about them matters and nothing more, eh? No, I don't think you did. How could ye? Who knows it? Not all Nantucket, I guess. But howsever mayhap, you've told about that leg and how he lost it. Aye, ye have heard of that, I dare say. Oh yes, that everyone knows a'most. I mean, he's only got one leg, and that de Parmachetti took off for the other." "My friend," said I, "what all this gibberish of yours is about, I don't know, I don't care much for, so it seems there's a little bit of damage in the head. But if you're speaking about Captain Ahab of that ship there, the Pequod, then let me tell you that I know all about the loss of his leg." "All about it, eh? Sure you do, all?" "Pretty sure." With the pointed finger and eye leveled at the Pequod, the beggar-like stranger stood a moment, as if troubled in a reverie, then starting again, turned and said, "You've shipped, have ye? Names down on the papers? Well, well. What's signed is signed, and what's to be will be, and then again, perhaps it won't be, after all. Anyhow, it's affixed and it's arranged already, and some sailors or others must go with him, I suppose, as well as these other men, God pity him. Morning to ye, shipmates, morning, the ineffable heavens bless ye. I'm sorry I stopped ye. Look, friend, said I, if you have anything important to tell us, out with it. But if you're only looking to bamboozle us, you are mistaken in your game. That's all I have to say. And I said it very well, and I like to hear clap talk of him, and you are the man for him, the likes of ye. Morning to ye, shipmates, morning. Oh, and where you get there, and I'm concluded not to take one of them, not a fool of them. Ah, my dear fellow, you can't fool us that way. You can't fool us. It is the easiest thing in the world for a man to look as if he had a great secret in him. Morning to ye, shipmates, morning. Morning it is, said I. Come along, Queequeg. Let's leave this crazy man, but stop. Will you tell me your name, will you? Elijah. Elijah, thought I, and we walked away, both commenting, after each 100 yards fashion, upon this ragged old sailor, and agreed that he was nothing but a humbug, trying to be a bugbear. But we had not gone perhaps above 100 yards when, chancing to turn a corner and looking back as I did, who should be seen but Elijah following us through at a distance. Elijah. Somehow the sight of him struck me, so I said nothing to Queequeg of this behind, but passed on with my comrade, anxious to see whether the stranger would turn the same corner that we did. He did. And then it seemed to me that he was dogging us, but with what intent I could not for the life of me imagine. This circumstance, coupled with his ambiguous, half-hinting, half-revealing, shrouded sort of talk, now begat in me all kinds of vague wonderments and half-apprehensions, and all connected with the Pequod and Captain Ahab, and the leg he had lost, and the Cape Horn fit, and the silver calabash, and what Captain Peleg had said of him when I left the ship the previous day, and the prediction of the squaw Tistig, and the voyage we bound ourselves in to sail, and 100 other shadowy things and their events. I was resolved to satisfy myself whether this ragged Elijah was really dogging us or not, and with that intent crossed the way with Queequeg, and on that side of it I retraced our steps, but Elijah passed on, without seeming to notice. This relieved me, and once more, and finally, as it seemed to me, I pronounced him in my heart a humbug, a fucking humbug.